there's a strange kind of grief that happens before transformation. Not the loud kind. Not dramatic. It's quieter than that. It feels like waking up one day and realizing that something inside you no longer fits the life you've been living. The same routines suddenly feel heavy. The same conversations exhaust you. Even the goals you once chased begin to lose their flavor. And because the mind hates uncertainty, it immediately assumes something is wrong. But maybe not everything that falls apart is a tragedy. Maybe some things collapse because your soul can no longer breathe inside them. Lao Tzu understood something modern life keeps trying to silence. Nature never rushes transformation. The tree does not panic when old leaves begin to fall. Winter does not apologize for looking empty. And the river never forces itself to return to where it used to be. Yet human beings do this constantly. We cling to expired identities, old versions of ourselves, relationships that already ended internally long before they ended externally. We try to negotiate with life, asking it to let us evolve without discomfort. But transformation has never worked that way. There is a painful honesty required to grow. An honesty that admits, I cannot remain who I was. And this is where many people suffer unnecessarily. Not because life is destroying them, but because they keep resisting the natural death of old patterns. The mind interprets endings as failure, but existence often uses endings as redirection. A career ending, a relationship dissolving, a phase of confusion where you no longer recognize yourself. These moments feel unbearable when you think your identity depends on permanence. But Lao Tzu taught that rigidity is the beginning of death. Only what is flexible remains alive. And maybe this is why people break. Not because they are weak, but because they keep trying to remain psychologically rigid in a universe built on movement. You can feel this during major transitions. Part of you wants to move forward. Another part desperately wants the familiar pain back, simply because it is familiar. And that conflict creates exhaustion. But clarity begins appearing the moment you stop asking, how do I stop this change? And start asking, what is life trying to remove from me right now? Sometimes existence removes illusions before giving direction. Sometimes it empties your hands before showing you what truly matters. And yes, there are seasons where everything feels uncertain, where you no longer feel connected to the old version of yourself, but haven't fully become the new one yet. Lao Tzu would probably say, stop fighting the river. Not with passivity, but with trust. Because life has intelligence beyond the limited plans of the ego. The caterpillar probably thinks the cocoon is the end. It has no idea it's dissolving to become something else entirely. Maybe you are not lost. Maybe you are between forms. And perhaps one of the deepest forms of wisdom is learning not to panic inside transitions. To sit calmly in uncertainty. To allow silence to reorganize you internally. Because some answers only arrive after the old noise dies. So if life feels like it's taking something away from you right now, pause before calling it punishment. It may be opening space for a version of yourself you could never access while clinging to the past. And maybe the real awakening begins here. The moment you stop trying to save old versions of yourself. And finally, allow life to transform you. Axis Soul.